Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. Ten minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 24th day of August, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE, 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice from anywhere else on planet Earth, you've gone to our website to tune in. That's ksje.com, of course, or maybe you've asked your smart speaker to play KSJE, or you're listening through the KSJE radio app. It's great to have you all with us this morning. Also, welcome to the viewers who are watching me right now. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. Lots of ways that you can join us each and every weekday morning right here. Coming up in the next few moments, it is the first day of the fall semester here at San Juan College, and so, as is tradition, we're sitting down with San Juan College President, Dr. Toni Hopper Pendergrass. She is providing an update on lots of things going on at the college these days, some of the metrics to show you how students are doing in their studies, and much, much more. That conversation begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE, so stay tuned for that. Then, of course, next hour, Mick Hess is going to be here roving with the arts. That's our weekday classical music program starting up at 9:06. A reminder, too, you can connect with KSJE on other forms of social media like Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and now Nextdoor. So we'll see you over there at those places, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast listener, KSJE publishes new podcasts almost every day. Just subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and you'll discover a new local program that you may have missed recently. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is a cool Monday morning. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you about the KSJE radio app that's available now at the App Store and on Google Play. Now let's talk about the weather, shall we? 63 degrees outside our studios here at San Juan College. We're expecting a partly sunny day today, the high reaching 87 in Farmington, maybe a 20% chance of showers popping up. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies, low of 66. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high near 90 on Tuesday, partly sunny 91 on Wednesday, partly sunny and 92 on Thursday, sunny 92 on Friday with overnight lows, as you can see, mid to upper 60s. Back with my guest, San Juan College President, Dr. Toni Hopper Pendergrass, right after this on KSJE. In a medical emergency, stroke, heart attack, trauma, every minute matters. The decisions made in those first moments can change everything. San Juan Regional Medical Center offers advanced, comprehensive, definitive care. Available 24 hours a day for everyone in our community. When minutes matter, San Juan Regional Medical Center is here. Find out more at sanjuanregional.com. KSJE is supported by 100% San Juan County, working to make San Juan County a place where 100% of families can thrive. The mission to strengthen capacity to ensure each child, student, and family has access to vital services for surviving and thriving. Every month, 100% San Juan County shares projects, news, and recipes with the News and Choose newsletter presented by the W.F. Kellogg Foundation. Find out more at 100nm.org.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
Back in the studio this morning, as I mentioned, today is the first day of classes for the fall semester here at San Juan College, and as has been tradition, Dr. Toni Pendergrass, the president of San Juan College, comes over to visit with me and talk a little bit about the accomplishments here at San Juan College and some of the things that are going on here on campus. Dr. Pendergrass, welcome back. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks for being here. You shared a lot of information at our convocation that was held last week here at San Juan College when faculty and staff came back, of course, getting ready for the fall semester. So that's kind of what I wanted to base our conversation about today, and lots of data and lots of things that I know you study and work on. But I guess to start off with, I always ask you about enrollment, and you were telling me that some news just in, breaking news, I love breaking news, you know that, that the San Juan College enrollment is on target for the fall?
Yes, we actually hit our goal last Thursday. So last Thursday we were already 1.3% up, which I'm thrilled about.
Very good. Congratulations. And there's a lot of folks that work hard to make that happen. Even that 1.3% doesn't seem like a lot, but it's significant.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Very good. Well, congrats. Congrats over to the folks that
thanks
work
to all
on
the
that.
employees that have been working hard to do this.
Yeah, and I think we'll see a little bit about that too in some of the slides that you're sharing with us this morning too, about some of the work that's done to try to retain students or bring them back if they were here and maybe dropped out, things like that. It's all part of this, right?
Absolutely. So even our annual enrollment numbers are up as well. So we typically previously had about 9,000 students per year annually,
right?
And now we have 9262. So
very good.
It's increasing.
Awesome. Well, congrats to everyone involved for sure. And so looking at some of the things that you were sharing last week, we're talking about some other increases too here at the college, increasing high school-based courses. Those are up as well.
Yes, so we really want to have great relationships with all of our school districts in the county.
Right.
And we exceeded our goal, and it's to have more high school-based dual credit courses on the high school campuses, and that's up 11%.
Very good. That's important. And so that's great, and a way for high school students to get some college level learning, I guess, while they're there at school?
Yes,
at their
we
own
want
school.
to provide students with as many opportunities for post-secondary education as possible.
Right, exactly. Very good. Also careers, students in careers, that program continues too, to be able to offer different career pathways for students and actual on-the-job type of experiences?
Yes, absolutely. So our Career Center that's led by Jill Bishop and all of our deans and faculty, they've worked very hard this last year to have lots of opportunities. So at San Juan College, we just don't want students to graduate. We want them to graduate and transfer, or graduate and get placed in a very good family-sustaining job. And so we try and give students those experiences where they have internships, which is like a 90-day interview, to get that exposure and so that they can be placed in those great jobs within our community. So just at the Career Center, they met with over 130 employers this last year that participated in different events.
Right.
Our School of Energy, our School of Science, Math, and Engineering, and our School of Health Sciences had events throughout the year with our employer partners.
Very good. And their students.
Yes.
Then too, right? And so
Absolutely.
it's kind of like on-the-job training, I guess, for a lot of these students too, right?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Nice. Very good. Lots of opportunities. And here's just a sampling of some of the learning sites where these students maybe got to experience a little bit of the job market.
Yes, we have over 100 employers that have partnered with us the last several years due to some state funding. So if they're interested in having an intern, they pay the students up to 20 hours a week, and then they are reimbursed at 100%.
Okay. So if someone is watching us this morning that owns a business or maybe could use some assistance, they could reach out to Jill Bishop and those folks to maybe get on this program?
Yes, in our Career Center to get to receive funding, and this is through our GROW funds from the state, so we're really thankful to our legislators for providing this appropriation. It's a $60 million grant throughout the state.
Right.
And it's been $20 million a year for 3 years. So the college has received 1.746 the last 2 years, and then 1.8 this year.
Awesome. And that money, as you said, goes to reimburse those companies for hiring these students.
Yes.
In these positions,
To
in
give
these
them that
intern
work.
type positions.
Yes, to provide them with that work experience. We also do a lot of short-term training as well.
Right.
On the non-credit side, such as heavy equipment, CDL if they're not able to receive funding through other mechanisms, medical assistant, those types of programs. So if you're interested in training as well, we might have funding to assist with that through this program.
Very good. And I just was showing this big graphic of logos from all these different companies. I just want the audience to take a look at some of the different types of businesses that are represented here, because it really runs the gamut, if you will, of the different types of experiences that these students can do. And so it's really amazing to kind of see all the different aspects of work that's represented here.
Absolutely.
So good, nice to see that. More experiential learning again, more students involved, as you were mentioning, right, from 700 to 737.
Yes, so that's a 6% increase, but that's a lot of our students that are taking advantage of these internships and apprenticeships, or they could be participating in service learning in their class.
Right. And again, the goal is to get them into these jobs then once that ends, to be able to kind of just slide right into some positions.
Yes, we track that very closely. We're still waiting on that data, but last year 89% of our students were placed in a job or the military mission, or were continuing their education.
Excellent. Very good.
Or transferred, of course.
Right. Speaking of transfers, right, there's this screen as well showing target met for transfers.
Yes, so in our 5-year plan, we had a target of 40% of our Associate of Arts and Associate of Science graduates transferring to a university. So within this plan, we've developed a transfer center, and they've really worked on improving the rate of students that transfer and selecting a major early on and working closely with that university partner. So we were thrilled that we hit this goal already.
Very good. And that's up from like 25%.
Yes, absolutely.
Up to 40%. So that's a significant increase.
Yes, and San Juan College, we don't have a full-fledged university campus in our county. And so the fact that students have to travel to transfer and everything, we're proud that we have the rate that we do, but we are also trying to provide more online opportunities. We also have our university center that's been in place for many years,
right,
with UNM and New Mexico Highlands University. So we just want to continue to provide baccalaureate options for our students if they do not wish to move. And we know that if a student completes a bachelor's degree, they will earn $1 million more over their lifetime. So we promote education at every level and trying to provide as many opportunities as possible for our students.
Right.
Some colleges now are in recent years, at least in the last 10 to 15, have tried to move towards bachelor's degrees for their students. So that's something we're also exploring as well.
Interesting. And that was going to lead me to a question I wanted to ask you, Dr. Pendergrass, about San Juan College. And is that part of conversations about maybe a 4-year institution becoming a 4-year institution, or is the college pretty set on being a very good 2-year institution with these other programs that maybe offer 4-year degrees and things like that?
That's probably the #1 question besides sports that I get asked by the community.
Right.
But we're certainly open to exploring bachelor's degrees where we think it's a fit and there's a need statewide, because this would have to be presented to our legislature for approval, but many states in very high demand, high wage careers have approved bachelor's degrees. And there's actually a community college baccalaureate association, and their conference is being hosted in Albuquerque in the spring. So we think that we'll attend this conference and determine, are there areas that we might want to put our toe in the water to explore offering a bachelor's. But we would have to have our community support and the legislators' support if that's something we wanted to do. In my personal opinion, I think we should start in certain areas rather than just converting the entire, Right.
There's a lot involved, no matter what you do, I think, right? And
Absolutely.
so it makes sense to look before you leap, even with that wet toe.
Exactly.
So, there you go. So there you are. Very good. Thank you for answering the question. Again, transfer agreements with these other institutions, too, to make it, I guess, fairly seamless for students who want to continue on their education?
Yes. So we were able to sign some agreements this last year with several universities in specific areas.
And by having that agreement, it just makes it an easier process, I guess, for the students?
Yes, more of a seamless process. And we try and always negotiate advantages to the student if they were to make sure that we work with the university partners, so they have an advisor here, an advisor there, they have access to certain things if they're dual enrolled at both institutions.
Right.
Because sometimes they may be attending New Mexico State, but getting all of their core classes or basics here, but then, let's say, I'm just using the example of New Mexico State,
Sure.
but they also are taking online courses from New Mexico State, so they have access to go to all their games, access the library, all of those things.
Got it.
As well.
Very good. But that means that all credits transfer, and once a student takes a class, it should just show up on their other transcript, and they can move on from there.
Yes,
All those
I worked
things.
very hard in the early years when I was here to create a core complete. So once they complete the core, they kind of receive a stamp of approval, and all of those credits should transfer to any university in the state.
Nice. Very good. And with these other ones that are maybe out of state, same type of thing once you have that agreement?
That's the goal, is that they'll accept as many courses as possible.
Got it. But you know that before the student maybe takes it.
Yes,
So they can
that's
be-
the whole point.
Right.
A lot of universities have transfer guides where this is all already articulated, so you just have to follow the guides.
Got it. Very good. Thank you for that as well. Some other data to share with the audiences this morning, a little bit about this retention, again, which kind of follows enrollment to a certain degree of students that are sticking with their class plan here at San Juan College and sticking with it to get their degrees or wherever they're here to get.
Yes.
An associate's degree or what have you, certificate.
So if they're first time, full time, we follow those students all the way through very closely. We case manage all of our students, but this is how we're compared with other colleges and universities in the nation.
Right.
And so if they are first time, full time, and they come back the following fall, that's a leading indicator that they will most likely graduate. So we look at ourselves compared to the best in the nation. These are the top 20 colleges in the nation, and we are definitely within that same band, and then we compare ourselves to our other peers in New Mexico. And
Gotcha.
we're at the top of that band.
Got you. So that's the yellow band that we see on the screen where the
Yes.
San Juan College is at the top of, and then kind of in the middle of the bluer band, which is a nationwide comparison.
Yes, the top 20.
Got it. Very good. Oop, skip that one. I didn't mean to skip that one. So there you go. More graduation rates and transfer rates again, looking at ethnicity and things like that, because that's important too. We have a very diverse student population.
Yes, our strategic direction for the college, we have 5 strategic directions, is to make sure all of our students are successful. So we break this down and look at are there online students successful, are face-to-face, are students with different backgrounds, are full-time, part-time, and we try and look at where there are gaps. So as you can see, our graduation rate has remained pretty steady, and also we had a nice increase in our Native American students' success rates as well, or graduation rate.
Right.
And transfer.
Which is great. And I guess ideally you want to see all those bars the same.
Yeah,
and higher.
absolutely. Yes.
So, but that's the goal. So there you are with that. Very good. Re-enrollment campaign, again, as we talked about those enrollment numbers at the beginning of the program, when I asked you about them, this is the work that we were talking a little bit about too, right, of folks that maybe, students who maybe had come to class and then gone away for some reason, to get them back and to re-enroll and come back to school?
Yes. So it was a re-enrollment campaign, and it was definitely successful because we were able to have 16% more students re-enroll. There's something called the enrollment cliff that we've been planning for, where we know that people are having less children, and so we're seeing a little bit less in our freshman class, but those that we are able to get to transfer to us from another place or come back, those numbers have been increasing.
Right. And again, the overall is up, as you said, from
Yes.
last fall, the 1.3%.
Exactly.
With those numbers. So there you are. Excellent. Systematic degree audit process. That sounds very scientific to me, but you'll
Yeah.
explain it to me so I can understand it. That these records about 3,000 students and kind of how they were completing their courses. Is that the idea?
Well, so what the records department does is they go in and do a very thorough analysis with institutional research, and they see if someone has maybe met a credential that they didn't apply for. So they
Oh.
maybe have earned a certificate or degree and didn't even know it, or maybe they're only one class away. I have a couple of really close friends that didn't know they just had to take one math class to earn their associate degree. So they both did that, and then they both went on and earned their bachelor's degrees. And so, but it had been several years, and they didn't have any idea they were that close.
Interesting.
So that's what we try and do is the records department worked really hard. Kathy Hurd, Carrie Sosu Jim from institutional research, and they're really trying to make sure students have credentials that they've earned and that we award them.
Right. Very good. And this looks like what you identified 200 plus
Yes. 200
additional
students.
completers, so they got certificates or degrees that they didn't expect to get or
Yes,
weren't planning to
almost
get.
10%.
Yeah, that's amazing. So very cool, very interesting. Eye Care Notices, again, this is a program here at the college that seeks to help students who might be struggling or just experiencing issues or maybe problems completing their classes or things like that. I think it's a great resource that faculty, staff have to kind of get additional help for students to be able to be successful.
Yes, so it's a system that if any employee notices that a student might be struggling in any way, or they're just for some reason might be a little bit concerned about them, they complete an eye care notice, and then we have individuals or coaches that follow up with the students and try and provide the resources that they might need. And when they completed this analysis, they figured out that like almost 65% needed some type of academic support, so maybe some tutoring or something like that. But they decided to break that down in a little more detail in future surveys so that we can help students. And they plan to create a video about how to submit these eye care notices so faculty can do that, and a resource guide for all employees so they know about all the kind of the wraparound supports we provide for students.
Right, which are many,
Yes.
and it's really important. And I think this is also maybe an idea of how maybe to keep a student from kind of falling through the cracks or things like that. That a teacher can say, "Hey, you're having a problem with your homework. You know, let's see what else we can do to help." In addition to the teacher helping, but there's maybe more going on than just academics.
Yes, and we really encourage our faculty to submit them, especially within the first 4 weeks of class, because if a student begins to struggle or they do not feel like they belong, that's when you will lose the students in that first 4 weeks. So we're really trying to engage with them that first 4 weeks and make sure they have what they need.
Right, very true. And as we look at this graph, we can kind of see, in addition to the academic difficulties, the other things on this graph would be maybe some social integration issues, external commitments, financial problems, but all that can affect how a student is doing in class or how they're able to learn or if they're distracted by other stuff like life.
Yeah, so besides free tutoring, we offer all sorts of scholarships from the foundation if they're having financial difficulties.
That's
We
right.
also have an emergency fund. You know, we've had students that needed to change a flat tire, or they had their books stolen or whatever. And we have donors that provide gas cards if they just need a little bit of money for gas. It's all those things that are kind of the tipping point that might cause a student to withdraw. We have a food pantry, the Trailblaze Cupboard, where
Right.
we try and provide no questions asked free food. Just all of those things that add stress to all of our lives.
Right. And so for a student here, that eliminates some of those stresses.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, which is I think great. And I'm sure there are other schools that do this, but I think we're one of the first. It seems like it's a very comprehensive system, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, and we survey our students to ask them through our community college student survey for engagement. We ask them, how are we doing? What do you need? And I was recently informed on Friday that 96% of our students would recommend San Juan College to a friend or family member. So I think we are trying to just provide as much support as possible and that people feel supported.
Yeah, it seems like when you get that type of feedback back from the students, for sure. And that number seems higher than most, I would say.
We were told by the executive director that was a high number compared to our peers.
Yeah, so congratulations.
Oh.
And that reflects
To
back
all of
upon
us,
everybody,
yeah.
right? Exactly. Campus Lens, this is something of a new initiative, I think, here at San Juan College that the college is using, and it's able to give you some really unique insights, I think, into how students are doing.
Yes, we're hoping that it will. We've kind of just been involved in mainly working with the provider, Campus Works, to give them all of our data. So that's kind of where we are now. It is a
Brand new, like a year old, is all,
yeah,
right?
year old. So I assume by spring is when we'll be able to really utilize this platform, but it combines all of your data, uses artificial intelligence to help us improve our student outcomes. So help us get more students across the finish line, make our jobs easier. So we're just very hopeful that this platform will be able to do that.
Interesting. And do you think it will give you some maybe new insights too from this data as AI is able to maybe look at all this stuff and try to see, you know, the stuff that your research folks also look at, but then also maybe say, well, this plus this equals maybe another new wrinkle that we hadn't noticed before?
Yes. So, for example, what we just talked about, our degree audit, that's a very laborious project
Sounds
for
like it.
records and institutional research. They have to run all of these manual reports, and we hope that this will help, you know, maybe automate some things, create some dashboards, things where we're not looking back, where the data is kind of like live on where we can make changes immediately.
Got it. And maybe, I guess, reach out to that student while they're enrolled to say, you take one more class and you've got 5 more certificates or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got it. Very interesting. And that's very kind of cutting edge too, I think, this type of analysis.
Oh, yes, we were one of the very first colleges that they invited to be part of this, and this helps us with our case management process. It provides sample nudges that, based on if you're a faculty member or an advisor, it gives you, they're tailored on these are things you might share with the student. So it really tries to prompt us so that we can do our jobs even more effectively.
Right, very true. And we see on there, again, working with careers and student success and retention, enrollment, and accreditation too, which is another important part of the college's work.
Yes, so I mean, they've even generated accreditation reports by just looking at all the data in the platforms, and I've read some of those that they've written for other colleges, and it just gives you a good first start at what you're doing.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. Oh, let me skip back here. Some other ideas, again, for some improvements and different types of big projects here at the college that members of the public may have noticed as they come on to campus for classes or what have you. Some physical plant renovations, roof replacement over at the Henderson Fine Arts Center. Master plan, of course, I don't know anyone that's driven by Pinion Hills Boulevard has missed the big expansion of the Dugan Museum, but that's what's happening right now outside.
Yes, thanks to the generosity of the Dugan family. We're so grateful to be able to expand that museum that's named after Sherman Dugan.
Right, right. So amazing, amazing as it was, and even more so now when it's going to be even larger
Right.
when this is done.
And we need to remind everyone that in a couple of weeks, we'll be having a celebration that's sponsored by the Dugan family, our Summertime Family Fun Fest.
That's right.
And we encourage everyone to attend. And it's free food, cornhole, face painting, live music, and it's just a celebration to support the Trailblaze Cupboard. And we're just accepting donations that are, the Dugan family will match 100%.
Very true, very true. And in fact, we just did a program on that this past week, actually. So if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, you can just scroll back a couple days and watch that interview. It's a little 10-minute interview on all the things that are planned for that big celebration coming up here at the end of August.
Yes, on the 29th.
Thank you. Very good. The food hub renovation, that is, again, the Harvest Food Hub near downtown Farmington, and adding the kitchen down there as well, and then some other boilers and other stuff, and then some sand volleyball courts
Yes,
installed.
they're right by the soccer field, so you can't miss them.
Very, very good. So that's extra stuff. And then some other projects too, as we see, some of the signage replacements on campus, the food hub fence, some flooring down at the Hutton campus, which is kind of where a lot of the trucking and CDL programs are held, right?
Yes.
and
correct.
fire science, I believe, too. Some carpeting, HHBC exercise rooms, again, electronic access, education service building blinds for there, and some other things going on as well. The 30th Street electronic marquee that I've noticed driving by as well.
Yeah,
Another
lots of
nice addition.
improvements.
Yeah. Another nice addition over there as well. Information technology, of course, the college works with a lot of computers. If you look at the bottom of that list, 301 computers replaced, and 15 network switches, 28 wireless access points, and it all makes it so it works everywhere on campus, your devices.
Yes.
So that's another important piece of work as well. This employer value proposition, and talk to me a little bit about this one now, this EVP.
So we just talked with our current employees and asked them what selling points do you think we need to utilize in our value proposition when we're recruiting new employees, and they provided us with feedback. So we integrated that into our employer value proposition, and then we also integrated some of their suggestions into the 30, 60, and 90-degree handbook for supervisors, so that we can make sure our new employees have a great experience when they are hired here at the college.
Gotcha. Very, very good. Wellness support, again, I know the health center has been a big thing for students, but also a lot of those services are offered to employees as well.
Yes, and our students have health care provided and mental health, but one thing that we wanted to expand to employees is if they have any acute health care needs, they can go to the nurse practitioner free of charge.
Right here on campus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we know, in our community nationwide, there's a lack of healthcare providers, and sometimes, you just need to go in and get that prescription written for you, or whatever's happening, and they may not be able to get you in when you need it.
Right, elsewhere, for sure.
Right.
But
So
here we have a center right
I know
here.
everybody works really hard at it, but it's difficult.
Very true, very true. So that's another new addition to the campus, the health center now in its permanent home, after about maybe a year or so, I think.
Yes.
When the ribbon cutting was held over there, so another great thing. Another event that's coming up, I know that we'll be talking more about here too, is the general obligation bond. You're asking the community to support this project again in the fall.
Yes, we have a $7.5 million general obligation bond for our local voters, and we would deeply appreciate their support for several projects.
Right.
So we worked closely with the hospital, San Juan Regional Medical Center, to expand our nursing program by 50%, and they've been wonderful to work with and have provided us with the funding to do that. And they're actually even going a step further and paying our nursing students $1,200 a month stipends to be part of the nursing program so that they don't feel compelled to work. And so we'll need to do a little bit of a remodeling expansion on that building due to having 50% more graduates.
Yeah, you got a lot more people.
And then we're planning to start a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning program, so we need to renovate an area so that we can provide that equipment for our students. We also know that pickleball is a huge demand in our community, so we have indoor pickleball courts, but we'd like to have some outdoor ones. I took my daughter to Brookside to play pickleball, and there was quite a crowd there on a Sunday evening.
Wow.
Late.
Okay.
The demand for pickleball, and my daughter's in high school, and it's a big thing with them too. So all ages are demanding, or would like more access to more courts.
So this would add some more courts to the community.
Yes.
For folks to be able to use.
In our Henderson Fine Arts Center, we would like to put a video wall. Many of you have probably seen these in airports or other performance halls, but this will just increase our quality of our different productions in the Henderson Fine Arts, and then add some new lighting as well in our theater.
Very good.
And
I
then
can't
also-
complain about anything video because we have video cameras in this radio station. So I think anything video is probably an improvement. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there you go with that. Very good. You were going to mention the other projects too,
Yes.
right?
So, and also with that video wall, when I worked at San Juan College in Houston, we did a partnership with the Houston Symphony and NASA, and they showed video footage during the symphony performance, and it was
Oh,
it was
cool.
quite breathtaking.
I
So
bet.
I think that we can do some really creative collaborations with this new video wall if the voters approve it. And then water heating loop upgrades and water utility upgrades. The state has agreed to provide us with 75% of the cost of this project, and then we're asking the voters to provide 25%. But this is very important for our infrastructure.
Right. Got you. Very
And
good.
then just a very small contingency because we know that things don't stay the same price consistently.
Very true. If you've done any kind of home improvement or anything, you know that happens sometimes, but all the time. So it's $7.5 million. We'll be talking more about that. Again, it's the local general obligation bond. It'll be on the ballot in November, and so the community's always been very supportive of San Juan College and its history, which we'll talk about too in a minute.
Yes, they have never. It has never failed.
Very good. So good luck with that. Student housing, just as we're almost out of time here, but again, there's some feasibility studies on phase 2 of student housing here.
Yes, so Edward Despois has really led this initiative for the college for phase 1 and phase 2. He's worked closely with Dr. Boomer Appelman, who has extensive experience in housing, but David DeVilliers is our coordinator for student housing, and he has a great infographic, but we're full. We have a waiting list. There's demand for second phase. We're just trying to figure out how we're going to fund it.
Right. That's always the big part, right? How to pay for it, right? All these things. But to show that the demand is there is one step closer, I guess, to showing that phase 2 can also be as workable as phase 1 was.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
So stay tuned, I guess, is what we say.
Yes, and it's been a huge success.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Oh.
So that was talked about for a long time.
Team effort.
Right. So very good. Well, we are just about out of time, Dr. Pendergrass, but I know also one of the things that you shared at Convocation was a nice, a really cool video on the history of San Juan College. This starts the 70th year of San Juan College in Farmington from very, very humble beginnings, right?
Absolutely. It was an excellent video that I encourage anyone to watch, that our media services marketing team, Scott Michlin.
Thank you for including me.
Rhonda Schaefer, Melissa Meehan, and then Michael Montague from our library worked closely on. They worked very hard. It's a 21-minute video, but it really takes us through the decades from the fall of 1956 until today.
Yeah, very cool. And so there'll be more celebrations, I'm sure, to come on this very important milestone for the college.
Yes, we had a picnic last week, and it had a 50s theme, and then we had a pastries with the president's cabinet and association leaders also on Friday, and 50s theme. So we plan to kind of just have different celebrations throughout the year through the decades.
Very good. Well, the community will be hearing a lot more about San Juan College's 70th year for sure this year.
Yes.
Coming up. Wonderful. Dr. Pendergrass, it's always great to catch up with you and visit and celebrate these accomplishments of students and staff here at San Juan College. So I thank you for sharing those with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
You bet. You're very welcome. That's Dr. Toni Hopper Pendergrass, the president of San Juan College, with me this morning on this first day of the fall semester on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.